Hi, my name is Tess David, and I chose Rottnest Island for my ENVM2002 assignment 1. I chose this small island off Perth because it's my favourite place that I've ever visited in the world, and I would hate to see it mistreated, undervalued, and underprotected by authorities who have the power to make a real change. I'll start by saying that Rottnest Island is 11 miles west of Fremantle, WA, and is undoubtedly an absolute ecological, climatic, and geomorphological mecca for terrestrial and marine organisms of the southern Indian Ocean. So, 7 miles long and 3 miles wide, Rottnest Island was discovered in 1696 by a Dutch explorer and was originally named Ratnest Island due to an observed abundance of what we now know to be quokkas rather than rats. The population actually still flourishes on this island, on the island to this day. So the purpose of my assignment was to assemble a justified proposal for Rottnest Island to be granted protected area status by the IUCN. Furthermore, in assessing the island's ecological richness, geomorphological uniqueness, and climatic fragility in association with its close proximity to a major city, Perth, and the associated human disturbances of that, it was recommended that the IUCN grant Rottnest Island status on protected area list in category 1A, which is a strict nature reserve. Although there are endless reasons why this natural wonder should be protected, for the purpose of the assignment, narrowed the key reasons down into two categories, so one being the geomorphology and second the ecology, and I concluded with a summary of IUCN recommendations. So in terms of geomorphology, Playford described Rottnest climatically as relatively Mediterranean, with wet winters and dry summers. Early descriptions of the island described a mostly wooded island with low forests of Rottnest pine, melaleuca, and a bit of wattle. However, the island is now covered mostly by a low heath dominated by prickly shrub and native grass. These changes are mostly due to human activities, primarily a combination of repeated bushfires and widespread wood cutting. Rottnest Island is the largest of its kind in a sort of array of limestone islands and reefs on the continental shelf opposite Perth. The island is characterised mainly by a variety of alternating bays and rocky headlands, with the bays usually consisting of sandy beaches and coinciding sand dune backing. The coast is fringed by shallow shoreline platforms cut in the limestone. So the island's interior consists mostly of consolidated dunes measuring up to approximately 150 feet above sea level. But in the eastern sector of the island, several large salt lakes with up to 4 times saltier than the sea, they support great numbers of brine shrimp, which is important to the bird life, which I'll get to later. Additionally, the island supports a luxury resort, which incurs inland structures and roads, although these infrastructure features are mostly concentrated to the east coast. The same can't be said for the negative human impacts, which are spread out throughout the whole island. With respect to the island's ecology, Rottnest has a very diverse and rich species range in relation to its size. However, for the purpose of the assignment, I focused on bird life, seagrass, whales, coral, and several other marine organisms by which their abundance is actually thanks to the warm waters brought by the Lewin Current that runs down the west coast of Australia. According to Deribarian and Saunders, birds are an excellent indicator of biophysical health of an environment. Thus, the 101 species of avifauna recorded to have inhabited the island since the 18th century are a pretty good reason to assume that the place is worth protecting, along with their habitats ranging from rocky coastal outcrops to brackish swamps and salt lakes, of which each habitat is vital. The seagrass on Rottnest is also important for aquatic life. However, boat moorings have proven to be significantly reduce their spread and abundance. Furthermore, whale migration along the West Australian coast and Past the island is of great concern in relation to the increasing boat activity due to the resort island's growing popularity for day trippers and recreational boaters. Lastly, coral bleaching, although not entirely due to the fault of humans, is of grave concern, and the need to grant the island's IUCN protected area status so that monitoring and recovery is carried out is crucial. So the IUCN Protected Area Management Program is classified into 7 individual categories, which are profiled according to their management objectives. So 1A, Strict Nature Reserve, 1B, Wilderness Area, 2 is National Park, 3, Natural Monument, 4, Species slash Habitat slash Species Management Area, 5, Protected Landscape, Seascape, 6, Managed Resource Protected Area. The category system is recognised globally by international bodies such as the United Nations and many other national governments as the worldwide standard in recording protected areas. Given Rottnest Island's ecological richness, geomorphological uniqueness, and climatic fragility, in association with its close proximity to a major city and associated human disturbances, it is recommended that the IUCN grant Rottnest Island's status on Protected Area Category 1A, Strict Nature Reserve. This category means that the island and aquatic coast immediately surrounding the island would be set aside as a protected area in order to conserve biodiversity and also geomorphological features with strictly controlled and monitored human visitation use and impacts on the island. Furthermore, as an indispensable source for scientific research, Rottnest meets all the criteria for Category 1A to the proverbial T. The primary objective in gaining protected area status in Category 1A is to conserve regional, national, and global ecosystems, species, and geologically unique resources. If the increasing human visitation on Rottnest Island is left unchecked, it's feared that most, if not all, of this unique environment and its inhabitants will be degraded and eventually destroyed. So it's suggested that the island should be zoned such that access by holidaymakers is controlled, with areas of greatest conservational priority remaining protected. These would, of course, include the main habitats for the island's flora and fauna populations, including, the bays, some of the bays, swamps, salt lakes. It's believed by de Ribera and Saunders that if implemented correctly and with the proper education, these efforts will not lead to the restriction of the island's tourism, but enhance the tourist experience. So, as observed in the body of my paper that I wrote, it's clear that many of the sources used in the assignment framework are well out of date. Let's be honest. In addition to introducing conservation techniques and internationally recognised protection, it's expected that updates in ecological data and findings will evolve. This is critical in surveying and managing any changes to bird populations, migratory movements of whales, seagrass abundance, coral ecosystem health. Given the close proximity to Perth and the increasing desire of the public to visit one of the world's most unique islands, home to multiple endemic species, it's a no-brainer when arguing for or against protected area status on Western Australia's Rottnest Island.